In today's video, we're going to talk about the top mistakes that get your visa denied. I've been an immigration lawyer for nearly 15 years, and in that time, I have seen many visa denials, and unfortunately, some of them could have been avoided. So let's dive into it. The first thing is not understanding the requirements for the visa that you are applying for. One of the most common visas we deal with is the H-1B visa. You can find out more about the H-1B visa in another one of our videos. But basically, it is a work visa for specialty occupations, and it is capped at 85,000 visas every single year. There is also an advanced degree exemption, which allows more visas to be available for people who have a Master's or PhD. Now, if you don't qualify for the advanced degree exemption, then you need to make sure that you're refiling your paperwork in the first week that they open up the window for that. The first week is always going to be the most competitive because everyone wants to get in, and there is only 65,000 visas available. So if you wait till the last week, you may not get picked in the lottery. Many people will say, well, my name was picked in the lottery, but I didn't hear back from my employer. Well, that's because when they picked your name in the lottery, they didn't actually reach out to you. They just said, okay, we're gonna put you in the pool. If someone wants you, they'll come pick you. So by waiting until the last minute, there's no guarantee that any employers are even looking for people that late. It's better to be safe than sorry. So if you want to file for the H-1B visa, make sure you're doing it in the first couple weeks when they open up the registration. Mistake no. 2 is not knowing what documents are required for your visa category. Every visa has different requirements. For example, the F1 student visa requires you to prove that you have ties to your home country so that they know that you will leave after your studies are completed. So you're going to have to show that you have a job waiting for you when you come back. You're going to have to show proof of bank statements, etc. If you do not have those documents to support your application, then they can deny your visa because they don't have enough evidence that you will leave the United States. Another example is the E3 visa, which is for Australians coming to the United States to do a specialty occupation. This visa does not require you to prove that you have ties to your home country because there is a treaty between Australia and the United States. So you won't have to provide those types of documents. But instead they want to see that you have sufficient funds to sustain yourself while you're here in the United States. Each visa is very unique and requires its own set of documentation. So make sure you understand what you need to provide to be approved. Mistake no. 3 is thinking that you can just do everything online. Not all visas require an interview, but if you want to expedite your process, it's always best to do an interview. There are some consulates that will allow you to do your interview via Skype. We did that for an O1 visa for a gentleman in China, and he had his interview done over Skype. So that is something that can be done, but you need to look into the consulate that is closest to you and see if they offer that option. Some will require you to go in person, and some will allow you to do it via Skype, so it really depends on where you live. However, for certain visas like the fiancé visa or K1 visa, the consulate may require you to go in person. In that case, you would need to travel to the consulate location to complete your interview. At the end of the day, if they require you to go in person and you don't, that's grounds for denial. Also, you may feel like you can do everything yourself and hire an attorney at the end to just review it. But it's better to hire the attorney from the beginning. They are going to save you time and money because they lines know exactly what needs to be done and what needs to be said. Hiring an attorney halfway through the process when things have already gone wrong is just going to cost you more money and take longer than if you had hired them from the beginning. Mistake number 4 is lying on your application or during your interview. Do not lie. It's just not worth it. When you go to the consulate and they ask you questions, make sure you answer truthfully and completely. They can deny you for lying or withholding information. For example, if you're applying for a worker's visa and you have an injury, you need to disclose that. Even though it might seem insignificant, they might deny your visa if you didn't disclose that information. Or let us say you were convicted of a crime in the past and you feel like it is so long ago they not care about that. Well, you should probably think again, because if you don't disclose that, they're going to deny your visa and you may be banned from ever entering the United States. It's important to note that immigration attorneys cannot ethically help you lie on your application. And if they do, they're breaking the law and you shouldn't use them. Mistake no. 5 is giving incorrect information or not giving any information at all. On your application, you need to make sure that you are putting down the correct information and not leaving anything blank. Some applications require additional pages to explain certain information or certain deductions. So, if you don't provide that extra information, you're going to get denied because they don't have all the facts. Let's say that you're applying for a family visa. You need to make sure that you're including the correct relationship. So, if you say that you're married to someone but you're actually not, that's grounds for denial. So you need to make sure that you're giving the correct information. And you also don't want to leave any information blank because they may need that information to make their decision. Mistake number 6 is not knowing what is required to become a permanent resident. The United States offers many different ways to become a permanent resident, such as marrying a U.S. citizen, having a job here, investing lots of money, or being a highly skilled worker. There are also some humanitarian ways, such as getting a green card through a refugee status or asylum status. But all of these categories require different things. For example, if you're marrying a U.S. citizen, you need to make sure that you meet the requirements of a valid marriage. So you can't be marrying someone just to get a green card. They need to make sure that you're actually married and that your marriage is valid. There are some famous cases where celebrities were denied permanent residency because they had sham marriages. So you need to make sure that your marriage is real and valid. Another way to get a green card is through employment. To do this, you would likely need to get an employment-based green card. To do this, you would need to have a job offer in a specialty occupation and be willing to go through the perm labor certification process. This process can take a long time and a lot of paperwork. And if you don't do it correctly, you can be denied. So it's always best to hire an attorney to help you. Mistake number 7 is assuming you'll automatically get citizenship. Once you have your green card, you still have to wait several years before you can apply for citizenship. During that time, you need to make sure that you're meeting all the requirements and not committing any crimes. If you commit any crimes, you may be denied citizenship. So it is important to make sure that you on your best behavior even after you get your green card. Mistake number 8 is failing to respond to requests for more information. Sometimes USCIS will send you an RFE, which is a request for further evidence. They may send you this letter if they need more information to make a decision. For example, if you apply for a green card through marriage, they may send you an RFE asking for more evidence of your marriage. You need to respond to this request or they may deny your application. So make sure you read all your letters and respond appropriately. If you're looking for an immigration attorney, you can find an immigration attorney near you by checking out our website. We have an attorney directory there that you can search by location and practice area. And if you're looking for an immigration attorney who works on a contingency fee basis, meaning that they don't get paid unless you get paid, then you can check out our website as well. Thank you guys for watching, and please like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things immigration.